So why students choose geography optional subject? Easy to correlate, easy to understand. It's easier to so crack and score very high in geography optional, and very similar to other optionals. A good number of them crosses 270, 280. 8 unit test, 4 sectional test, and 4 full end test. So this is going to be a wonderful value addition to your optional preparation, and in addition to a thorough structured analysis of the questions. Okay, so you're going to get some more value addition through this revamped test series, PYQ analysis sessions, mentorship support of one-on-one mentoring, early access to our value addition material as and when it is ready. Hello everyone. Geography optional is one of the most widely selected optional subject in UPSC civil services. So, the geography optional is regularly chosen by nearly 15% of the candidates who appear for the civil services mains. That is considered to be a very good proportion of the candidates. And of course, over a period of time, it varies. But even if you see the latest trends, so these many number of candidates, at least every year we see appearing for the mains with geography optional subject. So why students choose geography optional subject? Okay, so one of the most important reason is it's easy to correlate, easy to understand. Okay, for that matter, a student from whether it is a science background or arts background, okay, so or even a commerce background would come from all of this different variety of streams, and they chose geography optional because it's easier to link, easier to correlate. What you study as part of geography subject is basically what you see outside, right? So, and this is one of the most practical subjects of UPSC syllabus, we can say. In addition to that, the contribution of geography optional in general studies is one of the major factor again. Okay, so its contribution in GS1 as well as GS3, it's huge. Okay, so this year you can find up to 300 marks out of 500 exclusively, so you can link it with the geography optional. And if at all you have preparing for geography optional, so this around 250 to 300 marks of general studies is taken care. You don't have to prepare it anything separately for this, right? So its correlation, one is its the understanding, easy to understand. Second is its contribution in the general studies, right? And third, the predictable themes and predictable patterns. If you do a thorough preparation and make some honest efforts in this, it's easier to crack and score very high in geography optional. Okay, so and very similar to other optionals, right? So I totally say this in most of my classes also. So every optional will have a topper, every optional will have a top scorer, right? And so usually in UPSC context, if you see, depending upon the number of candidates who have taken, depending upon how many people have cleared, okay, so we see a particular proportion, right? So, and if you see the people who have taken geography, so a good number of them crosses, 270, 280, and maximum going up to even 300, 320, okay, so in the last few years. So in terms of scoreability also, three factors I'm telling you. One is its relatability, understanding, it's easier. Second is its contribution in the GS. Third is its scoreability. Considering all of these factors, geography becomes one of the most commonly chosen optional subject. So now coming to the preparation part. So if you are continuously reading and studying and so making notes and trying to recollect, so definitely it will not guarantee success in the exam, because you may end up making so many mistakes once you are there in the paper, once you are writing UPSC exam. Okay, to evaluate your preparation level and to understand where exactly you are making mistakes, so test series is very much necessary, right? All of us know that. So when we talk about the test series, the main idea is to assess your preparation level at regular intervals and get evaluated feedback from an expert who has some knowledge about this entire preparation process, and to so check yourself and make a course correction wherever it is required. So therefore, an optional test series become very, very significant for that matter, right? So let me briefly tell you through this video about the optional test series program of VisionIAS in geography paper. Okay, so we have recently launched a very newly formatted, newly structured program of geography optional test series. Briefly, I would like to tell you. So the main purpose of this optional test series is to help the students get a valued feedback, and in addition to that, do more value addition to their preparation. This is a very important aspect, because if it is just a optional test series, it's just about taking a paper and writing it, okay, so within a time and getting some expert feedback. It is just one part of it. In addition to that, a lot of things can be done, okay, so PYQ analysis can be done, and that will add a good value to your preparation. And so some value addition in terms of the content, okay, some linkages with the current affairs, more update from the current affairs, all of this can be done very easily. So in that context, so through VisionIAS, we are launching this new so revamped the version of this geography optional test series. The main idea why a student comes to take a test series in UPSC context, in particularly optional context, is their feedback part. Okay, so the overall in terms of the preparation level, the assessment, whether they're doing it in the right direction or not, to assess that. Second, in many cases, the value addition part. Okay, how much of value addition this entire exercise is going to make. And so the third most important, to predict the trends, and so to prepare accordingly, and to try to guess the topics which are going to be more probable in that context. Okay, so let me give you a brief overview. So geography optional comprehensive test series is basically, it has two major aspects. Okay, so as usual, we have a test around nearly so 16 tests are going to be part of this. 8 unit test, 4 sectional test, and 4 full end test. Okay, so please try to remember these names, important. Total of 8 unit test. When I say unit test, so basically these are like short versions of the full end test. Okay, where for 2 hours we are going to sit and write on a particular topic. These are like a mini test, not a complete test. That is going to be 8 in numbers. And the sectional test is a full length, 3 hours. You are going to attempt the entire section. Okay, so that is sectional test. Full length test is basically the entire paper. Okay, there are going to be 4 numbers. Let me tell you about this in detail later. Before that, so in addition to this, we are also going to provide a good value addition in terms of the PYQ analysis. PYQ analysis is a very, very important part of your optional preparation. And in case of, particularly in optional preparation, PYQ is going to take a proper, it is going to act like a proper guide for your preparation and giving you a specific direction. Because in GS, what happens, PYQ analysis gives you, orientation, so a way of, preparation. But in case of optional, it gives you a proper direction, in which direction you have to prepare. If you analyze last 25 to 30 years of PYQ, your preparation is almost half done. Okay, so if you analyze the last 25 to 30 years, many times the themes have been repeated, many times the questions have been reframed. Okay, so and it gives you a very clear idea of what are the important themes which you have to prepare for this UPSC examination. Therefore, PYQ analysis is a very, very important part of your optional preparation. So understanding this, so for understanding the demand of the students in who come to our test series, so we have added a new feature to this ongoing test series, that is PYQ analysis sessions. A total of 20 sessions are going to be conducted by VisionIAS faculties, which is going to be recorded and uploaded to your student portal. And this will be a section-wise analysis of so the last few years of the previous year's questions from each section. This will be helpful for you to so give a proper direction to your preparation. And this you can do you can do the analysis, you can watch the video before you attempt the unit test or before you attempt the sectional test itself. So this is going to be a wonderful value addition to your so optional preparation, to understand the nature of the question, to understand the depth of the question, and what are the topics which you have to so which you cannot miss, and to build an effective answer structure, and to understand the demand between the UPSC and your preparation level. This PYQ analysis session is going to do a wonderful value addition over there. In addition to this, a total of 16 tests, I told you. In that, total of 8 unit tests, each unit test for 2 hours, okay, 150 marks, covering few units, few chapters. Okay, so in geography optional, if you know, there are a total of 20 chapters. 10 chapters in paper 1, 10 chapters in paper 2. Right? In 10 chapters in paper 1, the 5 chapters will form one section, 5 chapters will form second section. In paper 2, there are a total of 10 units, 10 chapters. In each of the 10 chapters, so the total of 5, in the entire 10 chapters, total of 5 chapters will form the unit 1 of paper 1. In the next 5 chapters will form the unit 2 of paper 2. Okay, so let me just briefly show those things. You will get a better idea. Okay, so for example, so in paper 1 of geography optional, we have a total of 10 chapters: geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, biogeography, environmental geography, the 5 chapters of physical geography. Okay, so and then the 5 chapters of human geography. Okay, the 5 chapters of human geography includes perspectives, economic geography, population settlement geography, regional planning, models, theories, and law. Fine. So these are the 5 chapters of the same paper 1, unit 2. Okay, so in the same way, paper 2, the first part includes physical setting, resources, agriculture, industry, and transportation. The second 5 chapters includes cultural setting, settlement, regional development and planning, political aspects, and contemporary issues. So for the benefit of the students, we have planned this entire test series in such a manner. Okay, so we will be starting from paper 1. Okay, so let's start from here. Geomorphology and oceanography will be made as one unit test, because climatology is a very big section. To reduce combining both of them together in the same section, we have merged geomorphology and oceanography as unit test 1. You can see this unit test 1. Okay, so let's say 150 marks, 2 hours. Those who appear for this will cover it detailedly, their basic sources as well as their reference sources, and they will come and write the test. The questions are going to be a little bit pretty simple and direct. Okay, so to make the students adjust to this process. Okay, so initially so that is the overall idea, to make you more comfortable and gradually increase the difficulty level also. In unit test, it is going to be at the basic level, at the direct questions. Okay, so another example, second unit test will be climatology, biogeography, and environmental geography. Once both the unit tests are done, combining all the 5 units, will have a sectional test. That is sectional test 1. Okay, so then after that, the unit test 3 will include 2 chapters of section B. And then the unit test 4 will include 3 chapters of section B. Then once this is done, again we'll have a sectional test. Sectional test will be complete 3 hours with UPSC pattern. Okay, so if you're attending this entire sectional test, you will be writing for 250 marks, 3 hours, and a proper UPSC pattern where there is an applied nature of the question, where the difficulty level is little bit higher, and where there is a linkage of current affairs is also required. So once you complete this sectional test 1 and sectional test 2, that means your entire paper 1 is prepared. So then again, now the paper 2. Paper 2, the unit test 1 will include 3 chapters: physical setting, resources, and agriculture. Unit test 2 will include industry, transportation, communication. Once this is done, 2 unit test is done, there is a sectional test here covering all the 5 chapters which is earlier covered. Again, the same unit test 7 will include cultural setting, settlement, and regional development and planning. And unit test 8 will include political aspect, contemporary issues. Now there is another sectional test covering all the 5. Okay, so with this, your entire paper 2 is done. Okay, so by now you have attempted a total of 8 unit tests and 4 sectional tests, right? So 8 unit tests with 2 unit tests, 4 unit tests in each paper, and 2 sectional tests in each paper. Now your preparation is covered, the basic foundation is covered through unit test, and then a little bit advanced is covered through sectional test. So now your entire preparation is done. Now you will start to revise again. Okay, so you will start to attempt full length test series. There will be 4 full length test series, the entire paper 1, paper 2, paper 1, paper 2. Okay, so this we will be conducting after the 2026 prelims. The exact dates will be announced later to the prelims 2026 according to the requirement of the student. Okay, so obviously the test date are going to be fixed, and we will not have the option of preponing. Rather, you have the option of postponing, but still we would strongly suggest please don't postpone. Okay, so write on the given day, given time, so that you will mentally have that fixation. Okay, so you're not going to skip the test, right? This is the basic structure, and in addition to this, you are going to get some value addition. Okay, so some value addition material of this geography optional you will get, and a very clear fixed timetable. Okay, so using this, if you so start your preparation, let's say optional preparation you are starting right now, by before the prelims itself, your optional will be completely ready. Okay, so and once you clear prelims and once you start your preparation of mains, your entire full length test only will be left, and you have to just revise it thoroughly and just go and write on the test, because in that next 2.5 months between prelims and mains, you'll not be able to do much. Okay, this is the best opportunity for you to, let's say, so restart your preparation, optional preparation, particularly those who have done your preparation once or twice, and those who had appeared earlier again for so the civil services mains. And for them, there's a very good opportunity to, so completely thoroughly revamp, thoroughly go through this entire syllabus once and do a value addition. Value addition in the sense I'm telling you, with these, you're going to get a total of 20 PYQ analysis, section-wise PYQ analysis of the last few years, to be conducted in the form of recorded videos by our faculties. Fine. And what are the advantages here? So compared to the other options available, so what do you get in this vision? Okay, so one thing, if you can see, so we are not going to give you too detailed answer format, because a detailed answer with too much of content is not much of use. If you read any explanation of VisionIAS, so in this particularly, you are going to get a crisp blueprint. The blueprint is going to give you a broad idea of each question before it explains the answer. Okay, so in which section, which topic it is going to be linked, and what is the PYQ linkage, and what is the current context. In that, it will give you a brief analysis. That is going to be very, very important if you see the explanation section. In addition to that, of course, there will be some detailed explanation over there, so which will add as a good value addition. If at all you don't have a proper material in a particular topic, you can use this as a value addition. In addition to that, so there is going to be a video explanation for each and every test paper by our VisionIAS experts. Okay, so and also at the All India level, you are going to get a rank compared to those who are appearing for the same, right? And so in addition, a detailed question-wise feedback on each of the attempt which you have made. Within 7 to 10 days of time, this will be evaluated and given to you. And one-on-one mentorship support is also going to be there, where you can come and either directly or through telephonic, you can discuss with our experts and analyze your performance and try to see where exactly you can improve. For me, if you ask me, the most important part here, it is going to be this one. Okay, so total of 20 sessions where the PYQ analysis is going to be done. This is going to add like a good value addition to your entire so test series preparation. So to give you some context, yeah, so this program is done in 3 possible choices. Those who want to attempt just the sectional and full length, you can just go for. So that is only 4 sections and 4 full length is going to be there. So, and those who want to attempt all the test, the entire 4 full length, 4 section and 8 unit test, that is separate option is there. In addition to, if you want to so have this PYQ analysis also, so that is also 3 possible options are there. Okay, so those according to your required. If at all you have already done the PYQ analysis, you just want to write the test series, you can go with the test series. And in that case, if you have already written multiple tests and you want to just attempt the full length test and some unit test completely in the UPSC pattern, you can just go for that part also. And let me just quickly show how exactly our VisionIAS test series has fared in the last compared to the last the mains 2025. If you can see here in geography optional 1 paper, so just few questions. Okay, so just few examples. So this was a question which is very well known. How does the denudation chronology help in understanding the sequential development of landscape and landform elucidate? Okay, so in the last 30 years, there was no single question on denudation chronology, but still it is a very, very important topic when you talk about the geomorphological concepts. Okay, so just because there is no question, you cannot ignore the topic. So based on the PYQ analysis, based on how the questions have been asked, so we had predicted, okay, this is one of the probable area. So it's not like UPSC has never asked the question in a particular topic, and it will definitely ask. You need to see the significance. Denudation chronology is a very, very important topic, and it is totally surprising to know that there have not been a single question on this. So therefore it becomes important. This has been predicted, and you can see exactly along with the test code also we have given. Analyze the approaches employed in denudation chronology studies, critically examine the significance of denudation chronology in restructuring the geomorphic history of a region as it is. Okay, so this is very, very important. When you attempt the test series, you need to try to predict the way UPSC is going to think and guess the questions, and at least if not guess the exact question, at least try to guess the topics from which the questions are going to be asked. Okay, so another question. Analyze the role of language and religion in delineating major cultural regions of the world. Okay, so here you can see evaluate the role of religion in shaping the cultural regions and how it has influenced the geographical thought. Okay, very interesting, easy to understand this question. Okay, from the human geography part of paper 1. Okay, so third question you can see, analyze the role of demographic transition theory in explaining the variations Infertility and mortality rates globally. This is one of the most predicted questions. So because so there has been a drastic change in the nature of demography in the recent times, and India, so we are conducting the latest census right now, and it is continuously in news, and we are yet to see in which stage of demographic transition we are. In that context, and even in the GS also, if at all you had seen last year, there were two questions, one question in prelims, one question in mains also, about the population. So in that context, DTM is a Eurocentric framework, ill-suited to explain the fertility and transition in aging societies. Okay, so in that context only we had asked this. Okay, these are the some sample questions in paper 1. Okay, in paper 2, if you see, with reference to typical examples, assess why regional planning in India is important for island territories for the sustainable development. Examine the role of regional planning in addressing the vulnerabilities of India's island territory as it is. Okay, we have given the test code also. Okay, so come here. How can rural-urban fringe be delineated? Explain with suitable examples in India. Examine the challenges in delineating in rural-urban continuum in India. How does it ambiguity affect the governance and service delivery in fringe areas? Okay, so just few examples. And yeah, of course, no need to tell about the quality of the questions. So it is one of the best as available. Okay, so in addition to the quality of the question, in addition to a thorough structured analysis of the questions, okay, so you're going to get some more value addition through this revamped test series. Okay, that is the PYQ analysis sessions, mentorship support of one-on-one mentoring, and as well as early access to our value addition material as and when it is ready. Fine. So that is a broad brief idea regarding the test series newly launched, and those who are planning to take it up. Okay, so I would suggest start now, because this is the time. So because once you are in January and February, you will tend to so lose out, and you will tend to focus more on the prelims part only. And this is the very crucial time for you to so keep your preparation thorough and ready, particularly in the context of optional. If it is thorough at this point of time, okay, so your prelims, once the prelims is done, you will be just have to revise and go and attempt on the full end test, right? So I wish you all the best. Thank you.